buy are high, but the deductibles we want your employees to have are not as high. So we supplement that with a health reimbursement arrangement. It's a strategy that's worked for the city for many, many years. In effect, what I'm telling you that we do is we buy less insurance from Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we self-insure that back portion of the deductible for the employees. So in this scenario, historically, we have had a $4,000 health reimbursement arrangement on a $5,000 deductible plan. So we buy at $5,000, but the employees only realize the first $1,000 of that deductible. The rest of the $4,000 is self-insured through your HRA. So it is our suggestion that if the council sees fit that you want to select a $6,000 deductible plan, that you might also consider increasing the HRA to $5,000, so that for employees there's no increase to the deductible. That's our recommendation, subject to your approval. Each year, yes.
You might note to them every year that we put that money back, we have never maxed them.
That's right. You've never come close to the maximum amount. The tactic really works well because we save literally thousands and thousands of dollars in premiums. If we tried to go buy a $1,000 deductible plan for our employees now, we would pay a ton more, a whole lot more. So we pocket that savings, and then we give you estimates each year of what we think your exposure will be. In this current year, we estimated that your exposure could be $48,705. Annualizing what you've done so far this year, meaning maturing it for a full 12 months, you've only spent $35,000 of that. So we feel very confident that your performance year after year has been a successful premium savings to buy less from Blue Cross Blue Shield. If you elected to increase the HRA proportionately, you have a $6,000 deductible with a $5,000 HRA, your exposure, your expected claims, would go from $48,705 to $57,870. So we would want to adjust our reserve to prepare for a few more people to possibly access the additional amount. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is the history on, you said we haven't spent that, but what percentage?
Generally, you are at about 60 to 70% of what we expect year over year. So we never have had a year where we used it all.
So a way of thinking of it would be to take 70% times the, what's the new number, did you say?
57,870.
Which is
60,000.
But the difference between what we spend and our maximum, do we take that into consideration for the new budget year and only put what we've used to keep the reserves at the maximum? Or are you constantly putting more and more so we're always over our maximum in there?
We're not putting more, but we hold it to that amount.
Okay. So we're only every fiscal year we're only replenishing what we've used, not putting the full maximum in there.
No. Yeah, we do put the full maximum, don't we?
I think you pencil in the amount, the figure I give you.
Yeah.
We're preparing, that figure, by the way, assumes that 15% of all the people you cover in your plans, not just employees, but their family members as well, could meet deductible in a given year. And that's historically.
But are we actually putting them, are we moving money, Marvin, somewhere else? Or are we just
I don't think.
in our coffers?
No, we're not moving it elsewhere.
Okay, so it's really a pay-as-you-go.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
And
There's not like a different fund that it's sitting in.
Right.
Right. We don't move it, we don't move the money to a special account. You could.
Right.
But what we typically find from a cash flow perspective, most people tend to meet deductibles in the last half of the year. So you're also getting the use of your funds for the first half because most people hit it in the last quarter.
Do you like this proposed one? Do you think it leads
like it?
Yes, and I've talked to the department heads, and they're supposed to talk to their staff. Nobody has said different that they weren't. When
And
we
they're
said the
still only gonna
co-pays
be
went
out.
to 35, that made them happy.
And then if we keep the same one, then their max out of pocket's still just 1,000, like it has been.
Yes.
Not much, it's very
Sorry,
little change.
not,
The deductible.
the deductible is
Yes.
1,000, sorry.
Correct.
That's what I meant to say.
And then, you know, the out-of-pocket would be, let's flip to our page. Out-of-pocket would be, I'll do quick
3,000.
math, yeah,
3,000.
8150 minus 5,000.
So 350 is what our employees would be paying max out of pocket
Max
for
out of
an
pocket.
individual.
And
Correct.
what was the out-of-pocket last?
The out-of-pocket last year was 7350 less 4,000. Thank you.
So 23 to 71?
Oh, no, 3,350.
3350 to
30, or, so 4,000 to 7,350 is 3,350.
Okay, so what was it last year and what was it this year?
It's going down.
What was it?
It went down by $200.
Yes.
We went from last year 4,000 to 7,350, which was a max out of pocket of 3,350. This year we're doing 5,000 to 8,150, so that's
3150. So the out-of-pocket limit goes down $200 per person.
And what is the number or percentage of people hit out-of-pocket maximums?
15% or fewer. Each year, we have really just a handful of large claimants. I believe this year we have 4. Is that correct?
And that's out of 50 lives, or how many?
Yeah, we have actually 60 employee lives,
Okay.
but the total lives we cover
Yeah.
is, hold on, I'll tell you. It's 93. Cover a total of 93 belly buttons in your plan.
And do you have a feel for how many of the additional family members are, in effect, city paid versus individual paid?
I believe 2.
Wait, say that again?
Is it still is there still a family benefit for certain employees?
Yes, sir, there is.
So two are employee paid and the rest are city paid?
We have, one is family member, one spouse, one child.
Okay, so most of them are city
Employee
paid?
only? Is that what you're saying?
No, is it department heads?
Yeah, the department
Why
heads.
don't you explain it on some?
Yeah,
Department heads have family coverage that is paid.
yeah, they're eligible for to have family
It's one of
coverage.
the
Some of them
purposes
don't, some of them don't. but
Of the department head, other employees have to pay to include their family. So I was trying to figure out how many of the additional family members were city paid versus employee paid.
So, on the third sheet you gave us,
Yes.
is that per paycheck or is that per month? Because I did not see that on here.
Good question. It's both, actually. In the bottom below the purple shaded area in your attachment, do you have that? So I'm showing you both ways. The first set of 4 numbers is what the monthly contributions or payroll deductions would be. And then the second set is per pay period. You all are paid 24 times a year.
So, we don't pay, so our employees don't have to pay their monthly premium? Okay, that's what I was trying to get.
For employee only.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for employee only, yeah, okay.
The city generously pays
Yeah.
100% for employee only, and
For
then
their premium, and then they can pay if they want to. So like, employee only, but if, let's say that an employee wanted to cover their spouse, that would be $591.30. Are they essentially paying for them and their spouse, or are we still covering the $0 for them and the $591 just for spouse?
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
just for
spouse
spouse.
only
Okay,
price.
just making sure.
In all 4 tiers, good question. In all 4 tiers, that 100% of that employee premium is being paid by the city.
Okay.
And Paula, there's income tax implications for family provided health care, I think, or do we,
We,
Do y'all advise us on that?
we do. So
Okay.
we have a pre-tax payroll deduction program